I remember back when I first started training for MMA. This probably would have been about 2004. And I was in Michigan. I was up in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, Lake Superior State University. There were no martial arts schools around, but one of the guys in one of my classes, this was my last year of college, one of the guys, had some martial arts experience, and he was a more experienced, better martial artist than me. He was a decade older than me. He had actually had some real fights. He had been in the military. Not that that really gives you any points, but but it might be something. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. And he, of course, had a lot of grappling experience, which I didn't at that point. And I remember one time we had another guy in there, and I'm not going to drop names or anything because I don't like calling people out if I don't have to. But we had this one guy that every time the guy that was teaching us would try to demo something, if this guy was called on to be the dummy for it, he would treat it like a fight and try to escape and try to counter. And the fact is that we have to be able to demonstrate things when you're teaching a class, especially when you're teaching a class. You have to be able to demonstrate things at a very slow and controlled pace so that people can see things. And sometimes you'll do things in an exaggerated manner so that people can see things that might fly under the radar just due to the fact that sometimes subtle things go unnoticed. And so you have to exaggerate some things. And it's important that if you are the dummy, that you kind of go through the motions and you play cooperatively for the sake of the demonstration. This is also true when we're drilling. Now, it's no longer a demonstration, but when you're drilling, you actually have to spend a little bit of time just for the sake of the mechanics and figuring out the timing, do a kind of a progressive ramp up in speed and aggression as you're kind of trying to figure out exactly where the boundaries of, where your margins of error are, where the boundaries of safety are for drilling, and all of that. It is extremely important that we actually spend some time in very low resistance and, in fact, demonstration modalities, because demoing is not a fight. And if you're one of these guys that every time your instructor starts to throw a punch at you, you're immediately flinching or trying to counter or something like that, you're actually screwing things up. You're not helping anything. It's not actually good for the class. It's not good for you as a student, and it's gonna just anger the teacher. And you know what my friend, my very first MMA coach did when this guy would get out of hand? He would just stretch him out. He would sub him, put him on the ground, pin him, sub him, whatever, just to prove the point of look, calm down. This isn't a fight. It's a demo. We are trying to run a class and teach here. It's an incredibly important thing, right? So please, please, please know your role when you are on the receiving end, the uke, if we're using the Japanese terms. Know your role in that, right? There's a time and place for resistive training. There's a time and place for sparring, for actual fighting. But drilling isn't that. Drilling's not a fight. And when the teacher is demoing and trying to teach and show something, that is especially not the time to fight. Don't be that guy. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Good journey. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Share this with your friends or anybody else who might be interested in this kind of content. If you happen to be in the Metro Phoenix area, come in for a class or just stop in to say hi. We'd love to meet you. Definitely check out our socials and our website that has all of our contact information and all of the other relevant information. And more than anything, check out our Substack. Our Substack will be containing all of the links that we use to cite and reference in our videos, as well as exclusive training content that will be available for premium members. Memberships are cheap, but you can also sign up for free, and we do have articles for free, and we will have more free articles available for you. It is a fantastic platform for what we're doing here, and we hope to see you over there. So I will talk to you guys later, and look out for the next one. Good journey.